Hey girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick account. Today it's gonna be what's happening. So let's have a look. What something is coming out here. What interesting. Someone wants to approach you, maybe slowly but surely, and maybe with an offer of money. So let's do two piles, and then we're gonna develop and look into abundance and the rest of it. Abundance of money and success, obviously. 1, 2, 1, 2. I say obviously because we want to say abundance of something. It can be abundance of love, of course, all of those. Okay, pile number 1 was happening. 3 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacle, and the 3 of Pentacle. Interesting Pentacle coming out quite a bit today. Right, yeah, it's a slow energy, so sometimes that can mean very, very frustrating energy. It takes the time, they take the time, you take your time. It just, something is not developing just like quickly, okay? So that's the point. But you will receive the fruit of your labor. So what I mean is that you're going to be elegant and wait and do what needs to be done, but you're not going to force anything or anyone. You're going to just be elegant. Really stay in your own position of authority. Do not start to play game. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles, you wouldn't, but when you're frustrated, sometimes you just do stupid things. So don't let the frustration, the judgment of it should have happened already, it should have been there, blah, 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 all of that should thing or must or have to, that is not working. Make sure that you know, that's it. You are my person. Even though there's someone else in a picture, I know you are my person, but I'm not going to force you to make that decision. For example, I'm going to focus on my goal. I have a dream and I want to make it happen. I'm not really sure how to do this. It's frustrating because it takes forever, but I have the knowing. So the 3 of Wands can very much be that you have a goal, but there are difficulties. It could be like you have an age gap between you two, or you don't really have the finances for your dream to come true, or there is someone else in the picture as well. Whatever the question is or the reason is, it doesn't really matter because it will happen. And that's why you're going to stay very tranquil, because you know eventually it's going to pay off. So, but even though, of course, you are human and sometimes you're frustrated because you judge that things should be happening sooner and better, blah, blah, blah. Don't let that frustration guide you. Remain focused on the goal and do things that really make you happy and proud of yourself. Don't do anything low vibration just because you don't have what you want right now. Don't have a tantrum. Remain elegant and knowing it will pay off. It will come together. It will happen. All right. So as well, what is so needed and so frustrated as a result because you don't have it just yet? Is that enough to make you change your personality? Is that enough to make you frustrated and angry and a bit of a temper or being cruel? No, nothing in the world can make you lose sight of your goal and no purpose, because that is a big thing. It's not a little decision of what you're going to have for lunch. No, this is a big decision here. This is a big goal. So remain focused, but remain equal to yourself, elegant. You might say as well and prove that you have been through a lot of things in your life, but you remain your own personality with your values and principle, right? Mm-hmm. Do not lose sight of you. That is definitely the one thing you want to focus on. Don't lose sight of your own, how can I say, mentality, but bigger than this, your own identity. Big thing here. Okay, so let's have a kind of this one here in Puerto Rico. Watch out, this one is always fascinating. What do we have here? I want to tell you how I feel. Yes, but it will happen in due time. That's what I mean. Don't start to have a tantrum and be, frustrated because you cannot say what you want to say at the person because there is maybe someone else still in a picture. Do not let frustration guide you. You're bigger than that. Okay, so let's have one of those here. Remember who you are at all time, and don't fall into facilité, as we say in French, the easy option, to get frustrated, to get angry, to find some kind of shortcut. Can I speak English? No, we're Monday, we can't. Okay, protection. You are safe, do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. When you know you are protected, you don't have to have a frustration. You don't have to be angry at yourself, because I think that's more frustration towards yourself than someone else. Well, yeah, you can be your worst enemy because you are criticizing yourself. You do not see yourself with love and care and encouragement. So you are protected, so you don't have anything to fear. God, there's so much traffic today. Don't have any fear. You have no reason. Your goal will happen. It's on its way. So maybe, yes, could have done last week. Oh yeah, I could have done it 20 years ago, blah, 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 right? Okay, no. Okay, bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps we shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's universe, whatever, infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet. Meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. Yes, universe has no limitation. So you are frustrated at times because your ego is judging it. But when you think about it really, and forget about your ego and fear for a moment, you know everything is under control. The universe never lets you down. Even when sometimes you don't really see it, like really, I remember times where, but I said to myself, it's not gonna last, not gonna last. Yeah, eventually it stopped, eventually things got sorted. But at some point, yeah, ouch, definitely. Okay, so part number 2, what's happening? The Lovers, the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Very straightforward here. We have someone who very much is on the fence, someone who hasn't made a decision to choose you for the position or to be with you, but love you very much, know that you have the potential. They don't do anything because there's still things to work out. Yeah, there are some skills that maybe both of you need to learn. There is a certain level of patience to have. So you're going to have to wait. But it's just because there's certain perspectives you need to reach. There's certain things that you actually don't have just yet. And it's important for you to learn those skills. And once you have sorted out, and then that person will move towards you and you will move towards each other. Because at the end of the day, you have that soulmate energy and also the idea of partnership. So if nothing is happening, and I think it's a bit the message of the day, if nothing is happening just yet, it's because it's not supposed to happen just yet, period. It's not a judgment on you, okay? So things will work out. You've found a different way to make money. Money will come. You will learn new skills. You will teach your skills. You will share your skill with other people. There are things to learn, and the things, maybe one thing to learn and maybe to wait. So then everything will come together, because eventually, boom, bada boom, this is it. And that could be something as well under the line of, yeah, you had a bit of vavavoom together, but underneath there is a lot of love. And you're meant to be forever. Number 8 is affinity number, and Pentacle is longevity. So what happened maybe as something really pleasurable might be long term. And who says no to that? I mean, hello. So let's have the hidden circle. Let's have a look on this one. We will be together again, of course. You have the knowing. Number 8 is affinity number. You're not going anywhere. You are meant to be in partnership or together or in love or soulmate or the rest of it. But he may have started as something a bit vavavoom. Nothing wrong with that. And then things develop. Nothing wrong with that too. Or neither, I should say. Wisdom. Everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. Of course. Wisdom, you're learning a lot. And wisdom, yeah, you have some, old soul in young bodies. Yeah, some people are born an old soul. But, generally, kind of wisdom we're talking about here is just to know everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to work out at some point. So removing the fear, the danger, the, oh my God, the whole, scenario like we can have. And that is just in our mind. And that's generally the fear and the ego. So again, I think it's a bit of a message of the day. Do not fear. Do not fear. What do you have to be fearful about? You're still standing. Remember what you've been going through before. Let go of guilt. That could be a good one then. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God, universe, loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Yes. There's a lot of judgment that we can put on ourselves. I am my worst enemy sometimes. I can be so harsh on myself. I wouldn't be that harsh on anybody else. Why? Because I come from childhood, a lot of that, but we're not here to blame, the parents, but there's a lot of things that we learn, whether it's through religion. Salerno religion, for example, can be putting a lot of pressure on people. And we have to be that perfect, and we can't. So the guilt, and that can be guilt from an education, from a system. And then we feel guilty to actually love ourselves because it's not right. You shouldn't be loving yourself. Well, you do have to care for yourself, number one, otherwise how can you care for other people? But a lot of saying are about guilt. You shouldn't love yourself. Well, you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And also loving yourself is not like, oh, look at me, I'm wonderful. No, it's about, okay, I exist for a reason. I have a purpose, and I'm going to try to find out my purpose on this journey. And what is my legacy? And I'm going to do the best I can. But leave yourself alone. Be kind to yourself, okay? Someone has to be kind to you. And sometimes you are the only one who's kind to yourself. I know. But you'll be all right, okay? On this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.